Is sex ruined for porn star setters? I worked behind the scenes in porn for a short period. I worked the equipment warehouse for a major studio for a bit, so I got to meet some professionals. One time I got curious and asked a few about it. It's not ruined for them, and they still have healthy sex lives. It's just that every now and then, usually after a busy shooting schedule, they might be too tired after being porno-railed all day in uncomfortable positions to have actual sex with their partner. Porn sex isn't real sex, and it isn't exactly great. It's at least 8 people watching you contort into weird positions all day and randomly cutting. Now OnlyFans and the like, that does. I once dated a gal who did OnlyFans and it messed with how she views sex. It wasn't anything specifically about OnlyFans. It was how now she was self-employed, so doing anything just for her or just for us started feeling like a wasted opportunity. The same thing happens to a lot of people when they become self-employed or try to turn their hobby into a business. She couldn't take vacations without capitalizing on shooting in a new area. What once was something she enjoyed was now all about IOI. I'm chef, and I still enjoy to cook for family and friends, so I guess that's the same law when you love. I saw an interview by a male performer. He said he views sex in 3 categories. First is fucking, and that's what he does on set. The focus is for the viewers and the participants. Next is sex. Sex is what you do with someone on a casual basis. I have sex with a Tinder date or someone at bar that I meet. And the third is making love. This is something that is very different, and the focus is an intimacy that is between you and someone special. I feel that best describes the difference of why performers don't last super long in the business. My friend is a porn star. She says it's completely different. There is bright lights and people all around you on a set, a director who tell you what to do, maybe some fluffer between scenes, etc. I saw a podcast where some adult performer did an interview dressed as a gecko, Lyle something or other. Anyway, she seemed happy, well-adjusted, and more emotionally and psychologically healthy than a lot of people I know. I suspect the answer is that it highly depends on the performer in question, why they do what they do, and whether or not it's a good choice for them. A friend of mine, which is a stupidly famous porn star, has told me that no, she is enjoying it much more with her husband. They differentiate work from loving someone, so sex with a partner is more about the person, not the deed. It may not be ruined for them, but imagining that my GF wife fucked guys on camera for money might kill my boner pretty quick. I was a hooker and thought I'd never be able to enjoy sex. I found a pretty good boyfriend. I started to enjoy sex. Then he cheated, and I don't know how I feel about sex anymore. It's not the first time this has happened to me, this is like the 4th. Hookups. Yeah, that's totally ruined for me. I'm not getting into a bed with a stranger with no pay. The risk-reward ratio is majorly fucked there. Committed relationships? Sure, but in my experience, they don't really exist, at least not for me, they don't. I have a friend of a friend who is a gay sex worker. While I 100% believe in not shaming people for their job, his sex life with his husband has gotten really bad. He has to devote all of his sexual to his clients' films and doesn't have any left for his husband, which results in a pretty toxic polyamory dynamic. It's not sex that is ruined. It's intimacy, typically. There is a difference. Sex in front of people. At work. With deadlines, might not get paid, director telling you what to do every minute to meet the film's plan requirements, telling you what face to make and when, bright lights, for hours, random breaks, with someone sweating on you who you find odd and annoying, doing weird positions and straining to be in them, literally zero effort, to make anything actually feel sensual or good. Yeah man, it's pretty effing different from actual sex for pleasure in your personal life. Yeah, I'd have to ask each one to get an answer. I don't think so. There's a lot of interviews and perspectives here. https://youtube.com demystifying gay porn equals rbabin1 age of 4. When you watch porn, usually all you see is 2 people having sex. But to be a male porn actor, you have to be comfortable getting and maintaining an erection in a room full of men, many of which you may never have met before. And if you want to keep getting work and stay relevant in the industry, you need to be comfortable having sex on demand basically every day. All this to say it can't really ruin sex for you, because you need to a much higher than average appetite tolerance for sex to even make it in the industry. This is a good video straight from the source https://youtube.b0hikna x4c equals p8og.oth imk bgh bki. Whole new meaning to shitty day at the office? I became a flight attendant because I wanted to travel and was broke. Airline employees get free flights. But I got so much involuntary travel that for many years I barely used that privilege and became a homebody when I had time off. I can imagine there must be a huge difference between performing sexually for money and having intimate sexual experiences with a lover. Still, some of the fun has to wear off when you already got your rocks off at work. You may be overestimating how often porn stars fuck on camera. I imagine less than one of the sex they'll have in their entire life is on camera. As someone who turned a hobby into a job, I have to imagine that it has the potential to sometimes. But once you do it with the right person, it gets fun again.